Hello and welcome to my channel. In this lesson, we're going to test your English knowledge with a series of carefully designed questions. Are you ready? Let's begin with the first test. Look at this sentence carefully. I to London 3 times, but I have never lived there. Which answer is correct? Went, B. Have been, C. Was going, D. Has gone. Take a few seconds and think about your answer. Okay, the correct answer is have been. We must use present perfect tense here. The complete sentence is I have been to London 3 times, but I've never lived there. I've been to London 3 times, but I have never been there. Now let's understand why. We use the present perfect tense when we talk about life experiences until now. From a point in time, in the past, until now. Pay attention, we don't say when that happened, right? We don't say last year I have been to London. It's incorrect. You should not and you must not focus the time period. Be careful. The structure for present perfect tense is have or has plus past participle. Have or has after subject, we use have or has plus past participle of verb. For example, I have visited Italy twice. You can say how many times you have done one thing. Let's say you have visited the country. You can mention how many times you have done that, but you cannot mention the exact time. Let's say you can say I have visited Italy in 1990s. It's incorrect, right? I visited Italy twice. This means that at some point in my life, I don't want to mention that and I should not. I visited Italy 2 times. We don't say exactly when those visits happened. As I mentioned earlier, the important thing is the experience. You just want to focus on your experience. You just want to mention your experience, not the time it occurred. Let's have another example. She has never tried sushi. She has never tried sushi. This means that until now, sushi is not part of her life experience. She has not tried it yet. So, and by the way, you don't mention a specific time. Okay, as I said, you just focus on the experience. She has never tried sushi. This means that until now, sushi is not part of her life experience. In our sentence, I've been to London 3 times, we're talking about the speaker's experience in life up to this moment. The speaker has visited London 3 times, but the exact dates are not important. We don't mention the exact dates. That is why we use have been. In other words, present perfect tense. Let's talk about common mistakes as well. Many learners choose I went to Italy or to London 3 times. Many learners choose past simple. But this sentence needs more information. We can use past simple when we talk about a finished time period. When you use past simple, you must mention the time or the exact date as well. For example, I went to London 3 times last year. In this sentence, we have the time as well, the time period as well. Last year, I went to London 3 times. This is past simple. I went to London 3 times last year. Here, last year is a finished period of time, so we use the past simple. Let's have another example. I visited Paris in 2022. In 2022, I visited Paris. The time is finished, so past simple is correct. If you wanted to just talk about your life experience, you can use present perfect tense without mentioning the time period. You can say, I have visited Paris. But you must not mention the time period when you use present perfect tense. So remember, we use present perfect tense for life experiences, actions at an unspecified time, you don't mention the time period, and then situations connected to the present. I have visited Italy twice. She has never tried sushi. But we use past simple when you mention a finished time. If you wanted to mention the finished time, you should use past simple. I went London 3 times last year. Okay, so here we learned the difference between past perfect, between past simple and present perfect tense. Let's move on. Now let's move on to the second question. This time we're going to test your vocabulary knowledge. Look at the word carefully. Reliable. What does this word mean? A. Expensive. B. Easy to break. C. Someone or something you can trust. And D. Very popular. Take a few seconds and choose your answer. The correct answer is C. Someone or something you can trust. Now let's understand the meaning of this important word. The word reliable means dependable or trustworthy. Dependable or trustworthy. A reliable person is someone you can trust because they do what they promise and they can be depended on, right? A reliable thing is something that works well and does not usually cause problems. For instance, my car is very reliable. It never breaks down. My car, it's a thing. My car is very reliable. It never breaks down. This means my car works well and I can trust it to work whenever I need. I can trust it to work whenever I need it. Let's have more examples. Sarah is a reliable employee. She is trustworthy. She always finishes her work on time. Sarah is a reliable employee. She always finishes her work on time. This sentence means Sarah is responsible and her employer can trust her, someone who employed her. Her employer is someone who employed her. Her employer can trust her to complete her tasks. Now let's learn some related words as well. Reliable also means, as I mentioned, dependable, someone or something you can trust. The opposite word is unreliable. So, the opposite of reliable is unreliable. An unreliable person is someone you cannot trust or depend on. You cannot trust that person. He is or she is unreliable. For example, you cannot depend on him. He is unreliable. You cannot depend on him. He is unreliable. This means he often fails to do what he promises. So remember, reliable means trustworthy, dependable, someone or something you can count on. My friend is very reliable. He always helps me when I need him. This computer is reliable. It works well without problems. Okay? So we learned a new word, reliable. Let's move on. This question is about collocations. Collocations are words that commonly go together in English. Learning collocations help you sound more natural and communicate like a native speaker. Look at the sentence. She always pays attention to small details. Which option is correct? Makes, does, pays, gives. Take a few seconds and choose your answer. Okay, the correct answer is C, pays. Pays attention. She always pays attention to small details. Now let's understand why. In English, we don't say make attention, do attention, or give attention. They don't come together, right? The correct combination is pay attention. The phrase pay attention to something means to carefully notice something or focus on something. You pay attention to something, you focus on that. When you pay attention, you give your full focus to a person, activity, or detail. Let's have some examples. Please pay attention to the teacher. Please focus on your teacher and her words or his words. This means listen carefully and focus on what the teacher is saying. Successful people pay attention to details. Successful people pay attention to details. This means successful people notice small but important things. Now let's learn some common expressions with the word attention. Let's learn some common expressions as well. We can say pay close attention. Pay attention to my pronunciation as well. Pay close attention. For example, pay close attention to the instructions. Pay close attention to the instructions. It means listen very carefully. You can also say, pay careful attention. You should pay careful attention to your pronunciation. Careful attention. Or pay attention to details. Good designers pay attention to details. It means they notice small important parts. So, remember this important collocation. Pay attention to something means focus on something or notice something carefully. So the correct sentence is, she always pays attention to small details. Let's move on. Next question is about conditional sentences. Conditional sentences are used to talk about possible situations, imaginary situations, and their results. Look at the sentence carefully. If I, more time, I would learn another language. Let me repeat. If I, more time, I would learn another language. Which answer is correct? If I have more time, if I had more time, if I will have more time, or if I am having more time. Take a few seconds and think about your answer. Okay, the correct answer is B, if I had more time. If I had more time, I would learn another language. This sentence is an example of the second conditional. We use the second conditional when we talk about imaginary situations, unlikely situations, or dreams or possibilities. The structure is if plus past simple, if I had more time, would plus base verb, right? I would what? Learn another language. After would, we use base form of the verb. Let's have another example. If I had more money, I would travel more. It's an imaginary situation. I don't have more money right now, and for that we use second conditional. If I had more money, I would travel more. This does not mean I had more money in the past. It means right now I don't have enough money, but I'm imagining this situation. So when you want to talk about imaginary situation, you can use second conditional. Now let's look at our sentence again. If I had more time, I would learn another language. The speaker probably does not have enough free time at the moment. Right now, possibly he doesn't have enough free time. If I had more time, But they are imagining a different situation. Imagine I had more time. It's not possible now, but imagine. Imagine I had more time. Then I would learn another language. That is why we use had. We don't say if I have more time, right? Let's have another example. If she knew the answer, she would tell us. She doesn't know. Maybe she doesn't know the answer, but we were imagining that situation. Another example. If I lived near the beach, I would go swimming every day. I don't live near the beach right now. If I lived near the beach, I would go swimming every day. I don't live near the beach now, but I imagine that life. Let's have a look at common mistakes. Remember, in the second conditional, we usually use if plus past simple. But we are not talking about the past. I told you. We are talking about an unreal or imaginary situation in the present or future. If I were you, I would study harder. I'm not you, but I'm imagining your situation. If I were you, this is an imaginary situation. I would study harder. You can use second conditional to advise as well. When you want to give advice to someone, you can use second conditional. Final point, second conditional, the structure is this: if plus past simple, would plus base verb. You usually use this second conditional for imaginary situations, unlikely possibilities, or dreams. So the correct answer is, if I had more time, I would learn another language. Let's move on. This time we're going to practice idioms and common expressions. Idioms are phrases that have a special meaning, different from the individual words. Learning idioms will help you understand everyday English conversations more easily. Look at the sentence. After working for 10 hours, I was completely... Which answer is correct? I was completely under the weather. I was completely exhausted. I was completely on cloud 9. Or I was completely break a leg. Take a few seconds and choose your answer. Okay, the correct answer is B, exhausted. So, after working for 10 hours, I was completely exhausted. The word exhausted means extremely tired or having no energy left. When you're extremely tired and you don't have any energy left, you can use the word exhausted. When you're exhausted, you are much more than just a little tired. For example, I was exhausted after the long journey. It means I had no energy left. This means the journey made me very tired, and I needed to rest. Now, let's look at the sentence again. After working for 10 hours, I was completely exhausted. It means working for 10 hours is long and difficult activity, so feeling extremely tired is the natural result. It is why exhausted is correct. Now let's learn some more useful expressions as well. The first one is under the weather. Under the weather means feeling sick or not feeling well. You feel sick, you're not well. I'm feeling under the weather today. I don't feel healthy tonight or today. So, to be under the weather means when you use it when you're not feeling well, when you're not feeling healthy. Another expression is on cloud 9. This means extremely happy or excited. She was on cloud 9 after getting the job. She was on cloud 9 after what? Getting the job. She was very happy because she got the job. And the last one, break a leg, means good luck. Good luck. We often use it before a performance, presentation, or important event. For example, break a leg before your performance. Break a leg before your performance. It means, I wish you good luck. Break a leg before your performance. So remember these expressions. Exhausted means extremely tired. I was exhausted after working all day. I was extremely tired. Under the weather means feeling sick, not feeling healthy. On cloud 9 means extremely happy. And break a leg means good luck. Good job completing today's English test. Thank you for learning with us, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Keep learning, keep improving, and never stop growing.